The amazing finds do not stop in this video.
190 bucks, is that the same thing? Yeah, that I absolutely did not see that.
I got a lot of the old Atari and Sega and Nintendo.
I have a suitcase full of games.
I'm in the middle of the Pokemon Pursuit, the quest to complete the Pokemon collection of my dreams. And today, I have the opportunity to potentially buy the most ridiculous childhood Pokemon binder that I've ever seen. The only problem is, I need 2,200 bucks to buy these things. So I'm gonna drive over 100 miles to a city that apparently has tons of garage sales in hopes of finding items to flip for a profit to add to the Pokebank and be able to buy things like this binder and amazing items for the collection. So I think this one is supposed to have a bunch of collectibles, video games. I got a feeling they're gonna be priced high, but I've never been to this town at all, so we'll see. Morning. Good, how are you? Good.
Chase.
What's up? What's your name?
Tyler.
Tyler?
Yeah, that's him.
So right away, I'm enamored by this garage. The toys, the games, Legos, collectibles. It's kind of an incredible sale. Your sale ad was quite intriguing.
Yeah, that's right.
This is amazing. Like this picture, I was like, what? So well done. I'm actually from like an hour and a half away, so.
There's a lot this year.
Yeah, so there's over 100.
Yeah, the last couple of years it died down a little bit, but yeah, they said there was on the page. They said there was over 100.
Yeah, that got me hyped. So at this point, I'm feeling pretty overwhelmed, in a good way, about this sale. So I'm thinking about how am I gonna make some deals here? How am I gonna find the right items to buy? There's so much cool stuff. Some of it's a little bit overpriced, some of it's okay. But you know, what is that first item that I can buy in order to kind of get in and maybe be able to make some connections with the seller, who I assume is pretty awesome based on the stuff he has in this sale. So I'm looking at a Wii bundle. It says 100 bucks on it, but some games are included. End up checking out the games. There's really not much there, so I gotta pass on that one. But there's also an N64 here, and I think this might be where I can pull the trigger. Do 60 bucks on this?
What do I have on that?
75?
Sure.
All right. I'll take it for 60. This I absolutely need, even if it's just the box. This is going to the Pokemon Pursuit all day long. I think I definitely got some profits to work with. That's cool. Yeah. I definitely want to get all the boxes at minimum sealed someday. Alright, so turns out this sale is pretty epic. The table full of Funko Pops, which is absolutely insane to see at a garage sale. I love that. I've actually already sealed a couple deals, so I'm getting an N64 for 60 bucks, GameCube for 75, and then we got 5 bucks on this Dreamcast memory card, 10 on this. That's gonna go in the Pokemon collection. And that's just the box. But then there's still more systems. These are reproduction games. So then you got all sorts of DVDs, CDs, like just nerd stuff everywhere. This is definitely up my alley. This is a glorious garage sale. And this is the first one of the day, so we're off to a really interesting start. So I'm kind of like a kid in a candy store here, so let's see if I can get a few more things. So I paid for everything so far, and I think we'll have about 100 bucks in profit to go in the Pokebank, even after keeping this Pokemon box. So we'll add that to the collection at the end, and hopefully we can continue making some more profits because we still have over $2,000 in profit to go to make my goal. So maybe I can pick through what he has listed on eBay and kind of behind the counter and maybe make some plays and get some profit there. How much would you sell it for, cash?
I'll do 75 for that.
Could you do 60 without the charger?
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay. Yeah, so we're back in the eBay section. So this stuff is listed on eBay. You said your name was Jordan?
Yeah.
So Jordan understands business, buys storage units, just shared some stories about some epic Pokemon binders that had first editions in them that he got last year, which is very epic. I'm actually looking to potentially buy a first edition and Shadowless base set, which is what I'm saving up for in this episode. But he has a section back here of his eBay stuff, and he's willing to make deals for cash, you know, eat the fees and get an instant sale, so I appreciate that. And I'm getting a Game Boy SP right here, the Pearl Blue. 101 for 60 bucks, in addition to everything else. There you go.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so Pokemon is my main collection right now. Oh, that's cool.
Do 40 bucks for that.
We started looking at this super cool Mew plush, and we got into talking about eBay and how it can honestly be pretty hard to sell really uncommon and unique stuff like this sometimes. And I actually have a second channel called Caterpie Crew that focuses on the selling side. We're currently doing a series over there that eBay actually sponsored. Shout out to eBay, that's crazy to me. We start with just $10 and turn that to an actual eBay business in 3 months. I'm super proud of it. Sky Guy and Brother Dave editing it and doing it are absolutely killing it. So subscribe over there, come hang with us. All right, so we ended up getting a Game Boy SP as well. It's a 101. They didn't have a charger for it, but power's on, and $60 is still a really good deal. The cool thing about the N64 is it had the expansion pack in the inside. So that definitely adds some significant value to it. So with the SP, you'd probably profit $40 there, and then the additional 100, so $140 profit. Great sale. Gonna go towards that Pokemon binder that I'm working towards. Got to get $2,200, so we got a long ways to go. And shout out to Tyler. We met a viewer at that sale. He's a cool dude, but we got to keep going because we got some competition in the area. Do you think he'd do 2 for 15? He's got 10 apiece on them. Sure. Okay. We search for Pokemon cards, video games, sports cards.
Like this.
This is the right kind of sale for us. Pretty much looking for Jordans in the late 80s here. This is a pretty common binder that we see late 80s, early 90s, but basketball can actually be interesting because of Michael Jordan. 2 Xbox One controllers at that sale, 2 for $15. I think this is like the Gears of War edition, or maybe Call of Duty. I can't remember which one, but there's got to be like $40 in profit there because this one is probably pushing 50 by itself, and then 25, 30 on that one. So we'll call it 40, a conservative profit number there. We're gonna keep going. This town-wide sale, we're 2 for 4 now. We went to a couple off camera, but
I'm liking the vibes right now. I'm really liking the vibes.
more signs of competition. They had a PS3 with Guitar Hero that just sold, but it was not evident that whoever bought that asked for more games. So that's the thing with us at garage sales. Very rarely do we actually get stuff that's out, especially past 10 o'clock. All of our luck comes from the power of the ask. So we're gonna go down to that one and see if we can get an ask at that one. So they must buy pallets or something. This is kind of wild. There's a lot of stuff. That actually might be interesting. I might check that out. I haven't seen that many sales with stuff like this from pallets, return pallets, and all that kind of stuff. Honestly, the prices that they have on it, I think there's a chance they'll be stuck with this stuff for quite a while. Sheesh. You guys got any old Nintendo games, video games?
No.
None of that?
Sorry.
Oh, no worries. Would you take $5 for this?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that. This is a good score, $5. I didn't look it up. It was a make an offer sale.
But everything has a price.
but everything had a price still. Yeah, that was the. Whoa, $190. Is that the same thing? J-300. $175 right there. That's the same exact one. This is $150 in profit after fees. Let's go. And then Thane went back to buy this CD thing. Just on a hunch, he handed it to me, and holy cow. I looked it up. This is going for $70. $50 profit. I mean, what a sale.
So this is a $200 sale.
$200 profit. This is why you gotta buy some different things. Pearl quarters, old voice recorders, always look them up, especially Sony or Olympus. But if they're sealed, come on now, you gotta buy them if they're new old stock. Anything, you gotta at least look it up. So we're just shy of an hour into garage sailing, and we're at almost $400 in profit on the day. Great start. We've only been to like 6 sales, so we're really optimistic for the rest of the day. You guys got any old video games like Nintendo, PlayStation, Wii, DS? You guys have any video games of any kind, old Nintendo or? I finally find something worth looking through. It's a binder full of Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, random trading cards, and some of them actually look vintage. Now these ones aren't really in the best shape. They really don't have that much value, but they might still be worth buying for the right price.
So the first edition, well, it's actually like German, so it's not that exciting, but these are the 3 I might try to see.
I got 2 offers for you. Like $1 for just these 3 or 20 for the whole binder?
I'll take 20.
You take 20? Okay, that works. All right, it was a kind of a long ask. It took a long time to find a couple Wii games. We got them for $1 a piece. They're probably worth like $10 total, so there's $8 profit there. And then the Pokemon binder. It was a firm no initially, and she brought out a binder and it did have vintage mixed in. There's a couple nice vintage hollows, but really nothing crazy. $20 on the binder is probably worth about 40. So they just had some starting lineup figures at that sale.
Kind of some cool stuff.
Yeah, like there was a lot of good players, but really with starting lineup figures, the only player that's going to be worth something is Michael Jordan. So we had 4 Michael Jordans, all marked at 20, and I ended up getting them all for 60 total. So $20 off. And then the jacket, the Dream Team jacket, we thought for a moment that it was actually signed.
It looks pretty good.
It looks decent. He said his daughter got them signed, but he must have had his story mixed up because the signatures were printed on the jacket. That being said, $20, it's still probably worth about 35. The Jordans I think I'll double up on, so 15 plus 60, $75 in profit from that garage sale. We're doing really well today.
It's been hit.
And the power of the ask has been interesting every time. It feels like this is the first time ever in this city that somebody's
anyone's
asked
ever asking
for video games.
There is some competition out here, so
Yeah.
I mean, we're trying to be efficient with our time, hit as many sales as we can, as quickly as we can.
We got 2,200 profit to make. That would be crazy. We need a
make
huge
that in
score.
one day. Woo!
That would be epic.
Man,
we got one
I
here.
feel it. I think we're gonna get a score.
Let's do it.
So, saw this random box of camera stuff, and this camera right here kind of caught our eye. This is a brand that we've seen and it's had value before, so we kind of just bought it blind, made an offer at 8, she countered back at 10. We said, why not? Let's do it. Let's give it a shot. And looked it up. We should probably be able to walk away with an easy 50 on it, so.
In profit.
In profit. So we'll call that $50 in profit.
Do you guys have any like Nintendo games or Wii, DS, PlayStation?
We don't. We kept
Okay.
all the games. We sold the systems that we had, so
Oh, did you?
yeah.
The camcorder out here, would you take like $35? That's the Sony.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
How about 40?
Does it work?
Of course.
Okay. I'll do 40 then.
All right.
I'll do 40. Sticker seal.
Oh, you didn't even open it. All right, 11. So we're at
We're at
15 right
15
now.
plus 40. I think we'll call it good there.
Final crazy offer, $2.
That's fine.
Okay.
So now we're at
60.
Together.
60 altogether. $65.
Perfect.
Thank you for
Thanks
working
for
with us so
dealing.
much. That was fun.
Dude, that was incredible.
Yes, it was. This might end up being the score of the day. It's one of those things that we really have no idea, but the prices were so right. We paid $65 for everything in here. This was marked at 2. This is just an example, an MSI gaming.
And it's an older generation, but it's still MSI
I
radio.
will say, here's the camera that I got for 40. So probably 200 plus.
Oh, here, I've got a couple things I have hunches on. Let me. Oh, I didn't even show you my main attraction. I bought this in secret without you seeing it. Did you see me buy this?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Here, hold that.
Okay.
So I saw this and bought it before Chase could even come up. So I got it for effectively $10 because I got that for $1 a piece. Ready?
What? I did not know this. Yeah, I absolutely did not see that. That's incredible.
Nice carry case too.
Yeah.
So
Original,
that-
yes.
I got Apple TV for $2.
Yeah, they just wanted it all gone, and we kind of got that vibe, and then just went with
These
it.
hats are cool.
Yeah, those hats are cool.
I'm rocking this for the rest of the day. I can tell you right now.
Heck yeah, brother. This was $2. I mean, it just like
Like
feels like a
this
good
is
deal.
this is a no like it's a Wacom tablet that we got for
$5.
$5.
Yeah.
No, I got it for $3 because I
$3?
combined it with something else.
Okay. So we just looked up a couple things because we were curious. This goes for $150. New open box, $150. Here you go. There's the piece for it. It's a motherboard, and then this we also got for $1. What is this thing?
That's the graphics card. Yeah.
Goes for about 50.
So someone essentially rebuilt their PC, and this is their old stuff.
Took it out and just sold it
At this sale. Goes for about 60 bucks used. This goes for 20 bucks. And we paid $1 for all this stuff. This is an Apple keyboard. We paid $1 for it. Like, we're gonna comfortably save $500 on $65 spent. I can't.
For that box, $65.
Unreal. Score of the day. Let's go. But then from here, the scores just keep coming. I'll be home for Christmas. That might be something I got extras for. Oh yeah, the Nintendos.
Oh yeah.
Just the 3 consoles. I mean, without knowing if they'll work and without the cords, I'd still give you 20 bucks a piece. I'd give you 60 bucks.
What are they actually worth? I mean,
If they work,
Totally.
100%. I would say if they work for system only, they're worth about 50 bucks. Yep. So there's a risk if they don't work, don't really have much.
You go 75, and if they don't work, you bring them back, give your money back.
I'd come up to 65, and I won't return them because it'd be a 2-hour drive for me.
That's fine.
Okay. All right. Well, one of the more interesting scores on an Ask, he said I got three boxes, and I said, after we asked about video games, I said, Thane, what do you think we're gonna see? And he said Nintendos. I was like, you're crazy. 3 Nintendo consoles, 65 bucks. He has no idea if they work. They don't have the cables, no games.
They're pretty clean.
They're clean though, so good score for 65. We'll call it 65 and profit. Just a clean double up. And I mean, there's a lot of factors that go into this, so we'll just call it that conservatively. I got a bunch of reel-to-reel tapes and stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Then they got camera stuff. I was gonna let you know.
Yeah.
They had all these vintage cameras laid out in baggies, and all of them were untested. Honestly, they were asking a bit too much for me to be willing to take the risk. Now, if this was a case where they were asking like $1 a camera or maybe 20 bucks take it all type of thing, I would be willing to take that risk and put in a little work to sell them and make some good profit. But in this case, it was just paying too much for stuff that I didn't even know if it would work. Unorthodox scores today. These are 2 boxes full of reel-to-reel tapes, and most of them are just like blanks that have been recorded onto, but I think you can record over them. I don't know, but there's multiple. There was at least 4 metal ones, and I looked up one of the Sonys that goes for 38 bucks by itself. So 20 for all of it. We just looked into it a little bit more, and like this one itself, even used condition, like a lot of 4 went for 60 bucks. I got probably roughly 60 or 70 reels here at 10 bucks a piece conservatively, because the metal ones are going to be closer to 40 a piece. We're looking at 500 bucks. I don't even know what to think about this day. Yeah, we're gonna see on the Caterpie Crew channel, we sell all this stuff and see if it actually sells. So if you want to see about that, you can check out that channel, but I think 500 profit is going to even be conservative for what we actually get. So we're going to add 500 to the Pokebank, and we are actually getting close, Thane, to 2,200 profit in one day. I did not think it would happen. We're still not there. If we keep getting scores like this, we're going to get there. How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Good?
Price is very negotiable, so.
Okay.
All right. Got a lot of interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Not too much stuff.
Yeah. Collector? Or?
I was.
Oh, okay. You got any video game stuff?
No, we don't.
Okay.
Well, I should say, I have a lot of video games. I got a lot of the old Atari and Sega and Nintendo.
You got some games with it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Lots of stuff here. We asked for games. We're bringing some out, so we shall see what happens. There's a lot of just 90s new toys and things like that.
Random collectibles.
They're cool.
Quick gander.
PS1.
Yeah, I got more downstairs.
Do you?
Nice.
There, I'll go get the other box.
All right.
All I can say is games, games, games. There's the Ataris.
The games are under.
Yeah. Yeah, you got a lot of stuff. That's awesome.
Very cool. It's all catching the eye.
These are all classics. cool Frogger and
We're always hunting for old games, so this is kind of right up our alley.
So we're discussing a little bit back and forth and throw him an offer of $400, which is pretty high and aggressive considering I don't know the full condition of everything. I haven't opened the cases and I don't know if any of the systems will actually work. But after talking a bit more, I could kind of tell that he had some sentimental value attached to the consoles. So I just asked him if maybe I could pick out some games and make an offer from there.
Could I pick out some games if you didn't want, like, just go through and
You could go through and pick out some games. and stuff,
Okay.
you know.
So the games I'm targeting here are the ones that you just don't see very often. Some of the rare retro games, the Castlevania, the horror games on PS1, just the stuff that's hard to find. And I certainly left some stuff behind, but I wanted to make sure to get this stuff that I probably wouldn't see again in this condition. It's really cool hearing the stories behind these games, and they've been sitting in a basement for 20 years, so I'm excited, and I think he's excited that these games are gonna go to homes that will really cherish them, appreciate them, and bring some new life and enjoyment to them.
you don't have the Nintendo games anymore, do you?
I probably do.
You probably do.
I never got rid of anything.
yeah.
Wow.
I probably have all these games somewhere.
Yeah.
I'll do three. I'll do three.
That means you would have done
I'll do three.
four.
I don't think so, but
I gotta go home with something. You got- He's like,
This guy's gonna give me $350 now. Come on.
Give me 3 1/4.
oh no. Oh no.
Do a little bit more. 3 1/4.
It's a bidding war.
Bangers for free.
I love it. Games. Boy,
You got a couple games there.
there's a couple games. There's some good ones. This is unbelievable.
decent stuff.
I had to pay $300 for these.
Yeah, I
That's
paid
the
it.
only way we were walking out with anything. Even for $300, I'm very excited
Yeah,
about
crazy.
it. So I tried to just pick out everything, either that I was interested in or that maybe has a little bit of value. Bloodlines is a huge highlight. It's crazy. Too bad it's got that sticker. They got it for $1, so he did well on that. Maximum Carnage. Kirby's Adventure is just the box. I didn't even check if they were in here. It's definitely something we should check at this point. I was assuming they were just because everything is in perfect condition and the way he kept it. He's a really nice guy. He had a lot of memories, but he literally said he hasn't played them in over 20 years. Contra, it's classic, man. A lot of, like the entire Twisted Metal lineup. You got all 4. Twisted Metal, 3, 4, and then some Star Wars games. I mean, Resident Evil, for $300, it's still a great score. We tried to get everything for $400, but he wanted to keep the system. He just couldn't do it. So we kind of just picked through the games.
Got some really awesome stuff.
A lot of these will be condition upgrades for my collection, so very excited. I just grabbed a few Atari games that looked more interesting. This one is the one I'm...
Yeah, what is-
I don't know if I've ever seen that. That's the kind of stuff we wanted to see today.
So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I took a huge risk coming out to these sales. It's about 4 hours round trip. I've never been to this citywide garage sale, but this day and the sales that are about to happen, it's gonna be a day that I remember for the rest of my life. So the next few sales, I asked for some games, get some no's, but still end up coming out with this vintage Polaris helmet and this blue Yeti mic. Together it should end up being about $100 in profit, and as we're getting ready to leave, a viewer actually flagged me down.
Yeah, at least give you a handshake.
For real, man, that's awesome. I was like, no way,
Good to meet
dude.
you.
I was like, he looks familiar. And I took the sticker. I was like, that's crazy.
That's awesome. Are you hitting the sales today or what?
Yeah, trying to, but
Find anything cool?
I found a couple PS2 games down the street.
Did you?
I haven't looked at them yet. I was just like $1 piece. I was like,
Done.
$1 no holla.
yep.
Hey,
guys
nice.
take care.
Hey,
You
good
too.
seeing you, man.
Nice to meet you, Drake.
That is our 3rd subscriber we've seen today.
Yeah, apparently they're out here.
So, if you ever see us at a sale, come say hi.
Please do. That's very fun. An unorthodox score right here. Weems Wild Call as we're waiting for the PS2. I picked it up for $1. I actually wanted a quarter. I gave him $1. It's worth about 20 bucks. So, I mean, $19 in profit. We'll take it.
So there's a super loud truck right outside this sale, but we asked for games and they ended up bringing out a PS2 console with a pretty nice stack of PS1 and PS2 games. Okay, so successful deal. She came out and wanted $80 for the system and $5 a game, which is not exactly what we're going for at garage sales. In fact, last week, garage sailing, I got like 8 systems and 3 of them didn't work. So paying those prices is just too risky. In this case, the stuff is very clean, but you still just never know. That being said, we got the whole bundle for $60 after some negotiation. I think that's a great score at 60. Should be worth about 160 maybe. We hit a few more sales and pass up on a couple items that I maybe could have profited on, but would have taken too much work to get there. And then finally, we roll up to this sale and have one of the most unique encounters that I think I've ever had going to garage sales. So for context, we think we're done for the day. We've had a good day, just over 2,000 in profit, but not quite to that 2,200 mark that we need. So on our 2-hour ride home, we stop at one country sale, hoping to get lucky, but it's all just arts and crafts and Christmas ornaments and stuff like that. So I think it's a wash and don't even bother asking for games. But as we're about to leave, she asks me if we're looking for retro games.
Nintendo 64s. And Nintendo's the gray ones.
Yep. NES, yep.
So
Do you have that stuff here?
I do. I do. I price them like half or less than what I've seen them going for.
Okay.
I don't want to give them away,
Oh, 100%.
but they live in a box.
Yeah.
And he's been gone for 10 years.
Yeah.
So I know there's Donkey Kong, there's Super Mario 2 and 3. Isn't that funny that I asked you that?
That is kind of
So
wild.
legitimately, what he has a YouTube channel where we literally go to garage sales looking for vintage video games.
Oh wow, so I'm gonna be on YouTube?
If you're okay with
If
it.
you want to be.
Alright, I'm gonna go get them.
Okay.
Trust ya.
Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll tell you what their full retail is, and then I usually try to offer about half of what they go for, piecing them out because it takes work and time and process, all that
right,
sort of
and
stuff.
that's why I kept in mind. Like,
Yeah.
a couple of them I know they were 100 and 120, you know, so I put like 50 on them, but you're gonna know better than me.
Yeah, well,
But some of them, you know, I only got $5 on because on eBay they were going from 8 to 10 to 12
Sure.
to 15.
So at this point, I'm kind of speechless. I've never had a seller first ask me if I'm looking for retro games and then come at me with the exact specifications of the number that I need to buy them at, with being 50% of their value.
This lady literally comes out and says, "Are you looking for vintage video games?"
we hadn't said anything yet. This is the sale that we're in right now too. We're just on the way home. We were kind of like, all right, we ate lunch. We kind of thought we were going to be done for the day. And then at first I'm like, is she a viewer? Like, how does she know? She has no idea who we are.
Vintage video games.
just got
That's
that
so specific.
That is. She's bringing out a Nintendo 64, it sounds like, maybe an NES games. It could be anything. Doesn't seem like she knows, but
You're gonna have to do some sold comp comparisons.
yeah, so I'm pretty sure she's looked stuff up, but I just told her this is what we do. This is what I do for a living. I'll tell you what they're worth. I usually like to pay about half of the full retail with piecing them out, so we're gonna see if we can work something out.
But I have a suitcase full. Well, I don't know how full it is now, but of games.
Okay.
So I don't know.
This type of games, or?
Yeah, there's a variety, and then where my kids and those are my dad's.
Okay. This is the best one so far.
Yeah, I put 50 on it because they were going for.
Yeah, that's very reasonable. That might even be low. I'm gonna check that. Yeah, this goes for like 150.
Yeah.
Really?
So,
Yeah, that's a rare, just a random rare game. Yeah, I'll give you 70 for this one. It's 150 after fees. I'd get, if I were to sell it, I'd get 125. But I'm fine paying 70.
well, I'm really gonna go get the suitcase.
Good with that? Okay. I'll probably buy some more, but
Yeah, no, that's
Just
fine.
start
I
there.
appreciate your honesty. That's why I just. He said
My
he's
pleasure.
been gone 10 years and he
Yeah.
used to love his video games.
Some
I
cool
bet.
stuff. Looks like you took good care of it too.
she said she's went through things and tried to price them about half of what they go through, or what they go for. Honestly, looking through, you got Zelda. She marked at 25. That's actually probably about what it goes for, especially in this condition. You know, Wrecking Crew for 20.
Carrying all that all the way over.
I just grabbed some a while ago.
Moment of truth, right?
Moment of truth.
This is it.
The reveal.
This is it.
This is a good clip right here. You're hooking us up.
There we go.
N64. Now what's in the shoebox? More games.
Wow.
All right. Super Nintendo.
Yep.
N64.
It looks like that. It's been sitting in there for a second.
I got 20 bucks. Says there's an expansion pack in there.
Yep.
You agreed. It is indeed in there. If you see Donkey Kong 64, you're probably going to see an expansion pack. All right, this is exhilarating right here. Looking through a suitcase that's been closed for 5 years. I have vintage video games. I mean, come on. Hit the like button for that. And there's SNES. Yeah, 64. All right. Kind of separate good from bad, maybe. Ooh, Super Metroid. Let's go. That one's okay. There we go. King Arthur's World. You don't see that every day. You got Mario All-Stars, Mario World, Donkey Kong Country, another Mario All-Stars, another Mario Kart. What's this? Toy Story. Okay.
It got some disease and it was spreading all the way through.
It's pretty good stuff. Any stories you got are awesome. Okay. Oh yeah.
The football ones, I was surprised that they weren't going for more.
Yeah.
So we spend a long time going through each game one by one and valuing them up together. It was a lengthy process, but there's a lot to go through regardless, so I might as well have a really precise idea of what I'm getting. And this isn't something that I could normally do in the early rush hour of sales, but because of the circumstances here, I want to pay the most I can, and I honestly don't think I would have been able to walk out with anything doing it any other way.
How do you want to do it? You want me to tell you?
Sure.
20.
Okay. Ready? There you go, 678.
Woo!
Really?
678.
I want you to know my daughter has got a 3-year-old and she's due in 4 weeks. Wow.
And then to top it all off, she mentions how all of that money will cover what she needs for her daughter and then some, which really puts the cherry on top of this deal. We pay her $678 and bring all the games back to the van.
Here's the thing. We started out friends. Yeah. Since you've been gone. So this was pretty cool. I'll tell you, the Lord has blessed this business in many ways, and he did again today. This deal would not have happened without him. She randomly asked, she said she just felt like she should. And here we go, $678. We actually had to go piece by piece, get eBay solds. The first way that I gained trust with her was by offering more on the most rare game in the batch, and that is this one, Donkey Kong Jr. Math. She was actually asking $50. And I said, I'm pretty sure that's too low. I looked it up and said, I'll give you 70 bucks for it. And then we went through piece by piece. You know, on games like this, I paid around 10 bucks for. Super Metroid, I think I paid 40 bucks for. You got an N64 with 4 controllers. The Super Nintendo, paid 65 a piece for each set. Was very fair. It was a 45-minute negotiation, or really just looking up and showing. She wanted to have that peace of mind that she was doing the right thing. I totally respect it. I think I tried to come in at double up rates, so should be able to profit about $678, exactly what I paid.
Yeah, so it took a long time to get these, but they're here, $2,200 spent, and we have got to check these out. Now we're also gonna add this beautiful Thunderstorm gift box to the collection. Let's take a deep dive into these cards. Now, these might look like something that you think you've seen in person, but you probably haven't. A lot of people tell me when they find Pokemon cards that they have first edition Pokemon cards. What they usually mean is that they have base set unlimited. Now these here are base set first edition cards, or shadowless. So these came out in 3 prints, first edition, shadowless, and unlimited. First edition and shadowless are quite rare and pretty hard to find. Now there's first editions and shadowless mixed in, first edition being the better of the two. But you can see here, Alakazam, card 1 of 102 from base set, first edition stamp, shadowless on the side, and in pretty nice condition. Also Blastoise, probably the second best card in the set, is first edition. Unbelievable. Chansey, probably a top 5 in the set. And then of course the Charizard. That one is not first edition, unfortunately, so I'm still going to be searching for that card in particular. But Clefairy's first edition, Gyarados shadowless, Hitmonchan, you got Machamp, the actual first edition shadowless version of it, and then the entire set being shadowless or first edition. There's the first edition Raichu. All sorts of glory. Unbelievable to find a complete set, double-sided, in sleeves, childhood collection. Shout out to Edward, the viewer, who emailed me a couple months ago. He was apprehensive to sell it. He wanted it to go to somebody he could trust. So unbelievable to find the 102 out of 102 shadowless or first edition complete base set. This is unbelievably rare, and that's why I was willing to pay up for it at $2,200, and it will make a beautiful addition to the collection. Let me know how you think I should display it. I actually have some top loader mounts.
Let's show them.
Let's do that. So like I said, it's taken about 2 months to finally seal this deal. So I've been prepared, all right? So Matt's been printing these top loader mounts that he designed, and you can see I've already got a start on some of the first editions. These are just random first editions or shadowless that I've encountered along my journeys, and now I'm gonna be able to put every single one up here, have darn near close to a complete first edition set.
And like we're gonna fill this wall, right?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be filled up. And honestly, guys, if this is something you think you might be interested in for your collection, they can go on wall, display, on a ceiling like this, slanted. Let me know. This is something that we could add to our website, but I want to make sure there's some interest before we do it. I'm gonna fill my wall.
We just added a PS5
Oh, yes.
mounts and Switch mounts.
Yeah, show some B-roll of those because they're beautiful for Joy-Cons and PS5 controllers. I love them. We also have the N64 and GameCube mounts over in my game room. They're beautiful, so check out caterpycrew.com if you're interested in any of those amazing products designed by our very own Matt the Engineer. So the rest of the profits from this day are gonna go towards getting all of these top loader mounts printed, getting those fully developed. Garage sale season is booming. We're rolling. We've had amazing days before this and coming, so subscribe for more videos like this, and we'll see you on the next one.